Hi beauty fam, welcome back to MikiCarrBeauty. I'm Miki, and on my channel I love to talk about luxury skincare, beauty, and sometimes luxury goods. And today I have a full face of almost all new makeup, and I'm trying on makeup that I primarily got from my Sephora VIB haul, and then also the new products I've also gotten, including the Natasha Denona corrector and concealer. So if you want to see part one of new makeup try-ons, then keep watching. But before we continue, remember to subscribe below, click all so you get notification of when all my videos go up, and then comment and like below. And then with that out of the way, let's begin. Let's try the Laura Mercier Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. And I ended up getting it in the shade 4N1, which is ginger. And I had read really good things about it. It says it's a long-wearing foundation, blurring the line between makeup and skin to reveal a healthier looking complexion. The skin-loving formula provides perfecting medium buildable coverage, so weightless you forget that you're wearing nothing at all. This is what the packaging looks like. Really beautiful packaging. It's a glass bottle. It is 1 fluid ounce. So I only have skincare on my face, and my hair's a little messy because I'm just letting it air dry today. We'll use my tried and true double tensor primer, and I'm starting to use this more because it's getting at the end of its life, so I think I better just start using it. And that is what it looks like. It's more of like a gel primer. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a chatty get ready with me. I have been on and off sick for the past month. Around this time we have like the seasonal allergies and change of weather, and I definitely picked up something from somebody. And so it's not COVID. My doctor was like, it's a respiratory virus that's been going around the area, so I definitely got it hard. I'm still recovering, so I'm actually going to trying to do minimal talking, or if my voice sounds lower or quieter, it's because I'm trying not to project as much. Okay, so we'll go into this, and that's what it looks like. And I have been able to go outside, so my arms and my body are deeper than my face. I usually wear SPF and a hat. Okay, we'll try and see, and then we'll just start with one side, and then using my Sonia G brush. It's very lightweight. Oh, it's nice. Okay, it almost feels like skincare. It is a good shade match, I think. Hopefully there's no oxidation. It's a bit light, but I think it'll do. So this side, I'll finish up this side and you can see the difference. So I'm going on in with a little half pump, and that'll probably be my forehead. I don't want to put too much foundation on my forehead because I don't really need it up there. It's not filling into my pores of my nose, which is good. It's usually a good tell with foundations for me. It is not matte. It's definitely pretty natural dewy. It looks very skin-like. I would say it's a light medium foundation. I definitely see some of my pores here and my rosacea still, but that's not a bad thing. It's more of like a natural foundation. So here's the one side with the Laura Mercier foundation, and then the side without. And this is the first, and I filmed in natural lighting, just so you know. So I have a big window in front of me, and it's an overcast day, so it's pretty true to what you're seeing on camera is actually pretty true to my color, if that, or it's not studio lighting is what I'm saying. So that is a pretty good shade match. I do like that it's pretty natural looking. It's not settling into my pores, and I usually can tell right away. We'll see how it wears the rest of the day, and I'll pin a comment below. And okay, so I'm going to try to do the other side and finish that up. Okay, that's lovely. That is a total of probably 2.5 pumps. So a pump on each cheek and then a half pump on my forehead. I think the 5th ingredient down is silicone. And there's usually silicone in almost every foundation, but it's not too silicone-y. It's just, there is a little bit of a slip in there. There's definitely no smell, thank God. You know, if you are not new to my channel, you know I don't like smells in my foundations. This is the first time I'm using a Laura Mercier foundation product. The only Laura Mercier I've actually used before are is that, you know, the most famous under eye loose powder, and then I've used tried her sticks for the eyes, which I did not like. You know how there's some foundation when you put it on, you're like, it definitely looks like foundation. This looks very natural. So Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I don't know if it perfected my skin, but from far away it looks really, really pretty, I think. And I could just go out of the house like this and have a look, and this is more of a natural look. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Along wearing, I'll have to give you an update with a pin below. Blurring, I would say it definitely blurs. It doesn't get rid of my pores. I see my pores here still, and I'll get in closer, but that's really a really pretty foundation, and it's supposed to look like a healthier looking complexion. Yeah, I would say that this is like the kind of foundation that you would want if you want more of a natural looking foundation. It reminds me a little bit of how the Chantecaille gel foundation looks. It doesn't have the same feel. That one doesn't have any oil in it, and it's a gel foundation, whereas I'm sure this has some sort of non-natural products. But the finish reminds me of the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation, where it just looks like your skin but better. I'm so happy this is looking the way it is. I'm really happy I have the shade matching 4 and 1. Okay, so we're going to move along. I did not get this at the Sephora haul. This is like a new acquisition for me. So I ended up getting the Natasha Denona concealer in the color C4. And I had never gotten her other concealers, and I'm trying not to see other people's reviews, but I've seen their thumbnails. And I think the reviews and thoughts on this corrector and concealer are all over the place. So I am just going to tell you my, you know, I've worn this probably, this will be my 3rd time today. So this is just the correcting concealer, and what I'm going to do is put some of this down. Actually, let me show you what that color looks like. So it's very peachy, and what I'm going to do is actually put it under the eye areas of my eye where I know I have some color correcting that I need. And then I'm just actually gonna use my fingers because of the warmth. And sometimes I just really like to go in with my fingers instead of all this other equipment. Okay, that's not bad. I think it blends in really nicely as a corrector. I think there were 5 of these. I ended up getting this color because it reminded me of the color corrector colors I usually get. I'll show you the other color correctors I usually get. This is the Becca Cosmetics medium to deep one, and I'll do a little swatch for you to see. So that's a color corrector I've been using for years. It's just more of a brightening corrector. And then I've also been using this Live Tinted corrector, and this is in the shade Balance, which I think is a little bit too intense, but I still use it. And then this is a swatch of the color C4 corrector. Put it right here so you can see. And I had tried the NARS corrector, and there's something about that corrector that I don't like. I think what it is that it wasn't emollient enough. The thing is, people either love or hate the NARS concealer, and I actually have it. It's one of those OG products, and when I tried that corrector for the NARS, it was just, it was very dry and it didn't move. And the last thing I need under my eyes, which are aging, is something that's dry. And this is what the packaging looks like. Natasha Denona High Glam corrector. And yeah, I don't have opinions about it, so I'm still using it, so we'll see. I did end up getting the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in addition to the corrector, and I got the shade P4. I have no idea if I got the right shade, so I did do swatches, and I'll post them on my Instagram, so you might want to follow me there. And what I'm going to do is I put down that corrector first, and now I'm just using this to put down as the concealer. I do love this doe foot. So the doe foot on both sides has divots so that there's a little bit of well so that the product can sit in there, and I love it. The Sonia G jumbo concealer. Okay. And let me do a little swatch for you what that looks like. So this is shade P4. And it's, as you can see, it's definitely brighter than my skin tone. But I tend to like brightening under eye concealers. That's why I really wouldn't use this on my face. I'm going to go in. I let it sit for about a minute. And just tapping that in. It's definitely emollient. And pigment wise, I would say it's not as dense and pigmented as the Pat McGrath concealer, which is my holy grail concealer for my dark circles and when I don't get enough sleep. But I would say in terms of opacity and like coverage, it's somewhere in between NARS and Pat McGrath. So it definitely covers up things. Okay, so that is what it's looking like. I don't think it covers up things 100%. I'm just thinking about the concealers I've bought in the past couple of months, and it's definitely better than Kulfi. I'm not a fan of that one. I'm just trying to use that up. But I think the Chanel's Le Sublimage Le Ton concealer I have is better than this one. And that's also a high dollar concealer, so it better work. But this is kind of more like an everyday concealer. And what I'm thinking so far is that I think I like the corrector more than the concealer. And it could be just that I have the wrong shade, but I can't tell. But what you can see here is it doesn't cover up. Can you see that? It's not covering up my dark circles. So let me see if I can correct that by using powder. And then taking my Wayne Gus airbrush brush. And I'm definitely somebody who needs to powder down my under eyes. So that is what it looks like powdered down. No powder and powder. Tell me if you think it looks better. My makeup area is looking pretty trash right now because I haven't been feeling well. So I've been getting a lot of my products still, but I haven't been able to clean up. Okay, so this is the Pat McGrath, but I'm gonna grab this Becca Cosmetics Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I wanna see if this helps with the circles because I don't think the corrector, or I don't think the, I don't know if the concealer color I got is the right color. And I don't know if it's worth as a product to look and return and try to find the right one. Okay, so this side I use loose powder of the Becca Cosmetics Lightning one, which I actually think is a better product. It's this one. It's something that Mel Thompson always raved about, so I'm standing by it. I love that product. And so this is with that loose powder, and this is with the shade yellow. Yeah, I do think the brightening one looks better, but I do notice that there's a little bit more crepiness with this concealer. You might not be able to see it, but I can see it. It's just, here, maybe I can do this, see, and you can see. There we go. It doesn't cover up as much of my bags. I'm gonna keep using it and then let you know what I think about that product. I have the new Armani blush, and this is the Luminous Silk Glow Blush, and I got it in the color 30 Offbeat. Here's what the packaging looks like. It's this kind of interesting shape where it's not quite a disc. It's got some it just reminds me of like the things that I'm looking at with my kid when I'm teaching them geometry. But here is the color. It's beautiful. This really beautiful apricot color. It's much more orange. I think the light is blowing it out, the daylight, but that is what the color looks like. Grabbing my Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes 02 brush. It's a synthetic brush. And see how it does. It picks up a lot, so I'm actually gonna pat it a bit because I don't want too much right away. Really beautiful. There is definitely a luminosity to this blush. And I'm not doing this because I actually didn't powder down my face yet from the application of the foundation, but I want to see how much it can be built up. And in my videos I tend to over blush because on videos it's harder to see the makeup. In real life I don't use this much makeup, but for the sake of the video I want you to just be able to see the blush and how it looks. Okay, that's really beautiful. It reminds me of a bit look of like a less luminous Gucci blush. Okay, so I brought out my bright coral, but it's actually, you can see, it's very similar. Let me do a swatch comparison. So this is 30 Offbeat, and this is the Gucci bright coral. So the Offbeat is more orange, and the coral is definitely more pinky. So here's the Gucci one, here's Offbeat. So one is more orangey than the other. They're both really beautiful though, but I would say the Gucci has more luminosity, whereas this is a very subtle luminosity. It's like a little bit more luminous matte. They're both luminous matte, but there's more luminosity in the Gucci one. I think I could see myself wearing this more when I want more of a matte look with a slight luminosity and not as much luminosity as that Gucci one. Beautiful, I love that one. And I'm gonna do my eyes and lips last because I got more lip products and more eye products, so I'm gonna probably have to do two different get ready with me's with new products. So I ended up getting the Pat McGrath bronzer, and this is the new Bronze Divine, or the new Divine Bronzer Bronze Nirvana. Beautiful packaging as always, and we'll see. I don't know, I haven't seen any reviews of this product, so we'll see. I think it's pretty close to my skin tone, but we'll see. That is what it looks like. It's pretty orange. We'll see. Well, I'm not gonna powder down my face yet. I'm just kind of curious of how this is gonna wear down, this foundation. Okay, I'm cleaning off my Niji Pro bronzing brush, and let me do a quick swatch of this for you. This is the Bronze Nirvana. Okay, there's some on there. So if it's showing up on my tanned hand, it's going to show up on my face. Okay, so it could be one of those bronzers that look deeper upon application. Okay, so I'm going on in with my Niji Pro. It does pick up some. Okay, it's very orange. Okay, this is what I think I do remember, like when we were all looking at the promo pics and the swatches, we were like, those bronzers look very orange. I don't know if I like this as a bronzer. You let me know what you think. So I think it's a bit too orange for bronzing. Let me try this one thing. I'm gonna powder down my face and see if it goes on more delicately. Okay, I powdered down my face with Sisley Matte 2. I'm gonna go on this side. Sometimes that Niji Pro bronzing brush is just too intense and too targeted. I'm cleaning my my Fox Hair Chikuhodo brush. I love this. It's a little bit softer application for bronzers. So I'm going into that. Love this brush. Yeah, it's still very orange for my preference. And that, you know, bronzers are such a particular thing for each person depending on their preference and then also their skin tone and undertone. And I'm a person who vacillates between, I like the matte bronzers and then I like luminous bronzers, and then I like sometimes bronzers that look a little bit more contoury, and then I like ones that are look a little bit more glowy warmth. But this is way too orange for my preference. So maybe I just got the wrong color. Let me know if you're a medium tan skin tone. Let me know. I got the color Bronze Nirvana. Maybe I got the wrong color. I mean, it's not bad. It just looks very orange. And it doesn't look bad. It's just a lot more orange than I want the look to be. But again, it's not bad. I ended up getting two of these Kulfi eyeshadows, and I'll show you these. Kulfi is a kind of an independent brand. They are being sold at Sephora. It was started by a South Asian woman, and I think she's based in New York. So I got these two colors. Beautiful, right? Chartreuse, it's called Chamak Jalo, and the other is called Disco Dreaming. And I think because I'm using blue, I'm going to go ahead and use the blue one. I'm just using my tried and true Hourglass one, which there's so much in that tube that it's like so dense and densely packed that you don't need a lot. And even though it's a cream product, I still will prime my eyelids because my eyelids are oily. And on and off I've used different eye primers. This is the best one that's worked for me. I used to use the NARS one, and there's something about that tube, like because it comes in a concealer type mechanism like this, it just, like, I would never get enough product and I'd have to like replace it after. I like things in tubes because it just seems a bit more sanitary. Okay, so we're gonna go into this Disco Dreams by Kulfi. No additional smell. Let me do a little bit of a swatch for you. That's really pigmented, so I'll do it over here. Ooh, there's a shift. Do you see that? It's almost green. Oh, I love it. I like to use a little bit of bronzer on my, or brown neutral color on my eyebrows. Just, not my eyebrows, my crease, just to get it going, just so there's some definition. Bronzer actually looks really nice as a crease shade. I just don't know if I like it as a bronzing shade. Okay, so I put that up there. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use a brush first because not everyone likes to use their fingers. So I'm just going in with a clean Rephr 02 brush. And actually what I'm going to do is actually use the tip of this and put it on my hand, just because I don't want to be the, I don't know, I try to like to keep them clean. So I just took some of that product and I'm working it into my brush on my hand here. And I'm going to go in. Okay, so I can tell you already that it dries down, and I've gone in 3 times, 3 layers, and don't go in more than 3 because it starts to get chunky. So the thing with cream products, and this is just my preference, I end up using my hands a lot because it'll naturally just warm up the product more, but also for me, it's just, I can work the product more, and there tends to be more of an impact on the shadow with my fingers versus even a goat hair brush. Okay, so that is what that is looking like. I'm going to take the brush and at least clean out the edges to shape the look. So I did not like using this with a brush. I could tell right away, at least with a Rephr. That's pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually change the brush, and maybe this is the kind of product where a synthetic brush is better. A Katie Jane Hume Spectrum brush number 15, and just trying to see if it's better with a synthetic brush. So that is with my finger application. I tried it with a brush, it didn't pan out, and I'm just going right into the product. Sometimes this dries down pretty quickly, and I can tell you need to work the product in pretty quickly. Okay, definitely it worked better with synthetic. It was a lot more even, less patchiness. And again, this is just my experience. So if you've used this product, let me know, but definitely the Katie Jane Hughes synthetic brush worked fabulous with this cream brush. I actually have more, actually this more impactful. There's a lot more pigment to come down on this. This is the number 15 brush, and great for shaping as well, as I have hooded lids. Beautiful. I'm actually going to go back into this. Actually, it looks better, I think, with this brush. So it's more of a sea blue. Do you see this? It turns, because it's less layered, this looks more green. So I'm going back into this side with a Katie Jane Hughes brush. Beautiful. Definitely try to use a synthetic brush with these. And synthetic brushes, my favorite collection so far, and I haven't used too many, but enough that I already know what I'm going to stick with, is the Katie Jane Hughes. Love that entire collection. No regrets in getting that set that I got. And I will try to link below if I can find it. So this is a pretty like summery color. I'm not going to put any more, but this is beautiful. I love it. So let me get really close. I love teals. Do my eye makeup. I didn't buy any new products other than the mascara, and I'll show you that when I come back. Okay, I'm back. I did just eyeliner. One of my favorite eyeliners at the moment are the Sisley eyeliners, Phyto Kohl Star, and the one I used on the top of my liner and a little bit, 1/3 of the way, is this sparkling blue. Look how beautiful that is against the teal. So I'm getting the mermaid vibes here. I love this. This Kulfi has like duochrome at least. You can see the green. There's like a chartreuse underlay there with the teal. You can see it as it's spread out more. So feeling the mermaid vibes there. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so I ended up getting the Gucci mascara. It is one of my favorite mascaras. It's not volumizing per se, but it definitely lifts and separates. So I'm going to use that. And I just love the wand because I have such small lashes that it just gets in there and separates. And I really do love the Gucci packaging. And although I'm a sucker for packaging, I don't get things and like things just for the packaging. It's kind of secondary. So the product always has to be good and performing well and awesome before I even, keep the product or continue to buy it. I won't just buy things for packaging. But it helps if the product is awesome and the packaging is awesome. So this is probably like the fanciest mascara packaging I've ever used. And my lashes are still recovering from a not so great experience of a lash lift and tint. A friend of mine recommended that I do that, and she has Asian lashes like me, and I thought it would work out. And maybe it was the wrong person. The person just kind of jacked my lashes, and they were curled, but they were like going all different ways, and it was not pretty. So lash lifts and tints can last anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, and I'm at the tail end. I'm like, thank God it's like settling down, because then I can just curl my lashes with my lash curler. So for me, it just, maybe I didn't go to the right person, but I don't know if I would do it again. It's a pretty long time for my lashes to be jacked as they were. At this point, I'm just going to stick with curling my lashes and using mascara. Okay, what I like about this mascara, it's not volumizing, but I would say it's like an everyday separating and lengthening. If I want fluffier or thicker lashes, what I'll do is I'll go in with Chantecaille first and then finish with this, because it separates and lifts and makes them longer. So these are not volumizing. I just like them for every day at the very least. And Gucci, I've used the Gucci on and off probably the past 2 or 3 years. It's definitely been, this is probably like my 4th or 5th Gucci mascara, because I think it's really pretty. I look very glowy, mermaidy. We'll see how the wear time goes with these cream shadows. I have to see that. I did prime them, so we'll see if there's creasing, and I'll pin a comment below to let you know how it's doing. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to try on today, well, I had another another cream shadow from Kulfi, and I had another blush, and I have actually 2 lip tinted products. So I think I'm going to go with one and then do another get ready with me new products. And so I'm going to try this one in Joy. We'll see. I hope it's like in line with this whole kind of look. So I have not tried these. These went viral on TikTok and YouTube. A lot of people have been using these, and when the Sephora sale came around, these sold out so fast, and the only ones left were like Joy and Affection, which were like super bright colors. And that was fine with me because I generally wanted the brighter colors because all the other colors look pretty, but they look the same. And I already have pigment on my lips. I have nothing on, it's just dry. And yeah, so we'll see. So this is the color Joy. Right, and then this is what it's looking like. So what I'll do is I'll put one layer on and then two, and then I'll kind of blot it down so you can see what it might look like as a stain. Okay, so this is one application. That's what the doe foot looks like. It's very in line with the packaging of the lip pinch blushes, the liquid ones. Okay, it's like a really thin lip oil, but very pigmented. That's really pretty. Ooh, that's nice. I think this is brown girl friendly, this Joy one. It's very orangey looking, but on me, because I have underpigment, you see that? So it shows up as orange, but because I have stuff underneath, it's gonna look a certain way. It almost looks not as corally on my lips. Okay, so that is one application, and it definitely feels cooling. It doesn't feel pepperminty. There's definitely something in there. It doesn't, no, there's no scent, but I think it looks really pretty. Lip oils are kind of like the thing now. I think as we're heading into summer, I am just going to be pulling my lip balms and lip oils, and I'm just loving them even before it started getting warm. To me, they're just easy lip products. With lipstick, I have to be more intentional because I have larger lips to like not miss the target area, but lip oils are just really forgiving. I think it's really, really pretty. This is the color Joy. Okay, so I'm gonna put another layer on, and then I'm gonna blot it so you can see. Apparently these are supposed to dry down as a lip stain. So I want to show you what that might look like. So I'm gonna put another layer just so you can see what that looks like. And that is 2 layers of Joy. I can see why these are popular. It's so easy. It's so easy. You look fresh. It's a nice color. And so even with a second layer, it looks very pigmented. So my other lip oils that I'm really happy about is the Merit. So I'll kind of swatch that. The lip oils from Merit are a bit thicker, but that's not thick because they're lip oils. But no, I think these are maybe just as pigmented. And these don't dry down to a lip stain, whereas you can see I wiped this down, there's definitely a lip stain on there. Let me see, yeah, I wiped it down, so you can see there's no stain, but there's a stain with this. Okay, so I'm gonna do is blot it so you can see what the lip stain is gonna look like. But this is what it looks like up close, 2 layers. Okay, that is the lip stain. Pretty. And it's not particularly dry when it dries down. There's still some moisture on there. Beautiful. I can see why people like this. I'm excited. I'm excited to try more of these. I'm glad I picked up 2. I'll try Affection in another video so that we'll see what those look like. Okay, so that's it for my makeup try-on haul with new products, Beauty Fam. Will be a part 2, so make sure you subscribe below and click all so you get notification of all my videos when they go up. So remember to please comment and like below. It helps out my channel for engagement. And as always, please be very kind with yourself and others, and just be you. Until the next video, Beauty Fam, take good care. Bye.